Hey, welcome to World Code Updates. Please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon for more updates. The news broke suddenly, sending shockwaves through the city. It echoed like a thunderclap across the vast Pacific, stirring both anxiety and anticipation. On what began as a quiet Tuesday, Manila unveiled a new map, one destined to shake the world and rewrite the region's story. The headline flashed across every screen: Manila challenges Beijing's claim, a message impossible to ignore. In the grand halls of Malacanang Palace, the president stood tall before a bold, detailed chart: the West Philippine Sea, its boundaries now drawn according to international law and the nation's rights. The infamous 9-dash line, long a symbol of dispute, was gone, replaced by clear, legal lines that spoke of justice and hope. This was more than a map. It was a bold declaration of sovereignty, a statement that the Philippines would no longer be silent. The world watched closely as the Philippines pushed back, not with warships or threats, but with the undeniable power of law and principle. On Manila's streets, surprise quickly turned to pride. People gathered, waving flags, their faces alight with hope. For the fishermen, who had long felt powerless, this moment brought hope. The government was finally making a stand for their future. The map became more than paper. It was a symbol of protection, unity, and a renewed national identity. For years, China had dominated the South China Sea, asserting its presence with ships and patrols. Now, for the first time, the Philippines was drawing its own line, standing firm for its people and its future. The world held its breath, waiting for China's response, knowing this moment could reshape the balance of power in the region. The lines on the map represented more than territory. They stood for livelihoods, heritage, and the dreams of generations. The game had changed, and a new chapter had begun for the Filipino people. To truly grasp the stakes in the South China Sea, you must first understand China's 9-dash line, a sweeping, controversial claim that covers nearly the entire sea, stretching thousands of kilometers and cutting across the maritime boundaries of its neighbors. First drawn in 1947, this line slices through the exclusive economic zones of Vietnam, Malaysia, Brunei, and the Philippines, disregarding internationally recognized boundaries and historical fishing rights. China backs its sweeping claim with overwhelming force, constructing artificial islands, militarizing remote reefs, and deploying a formidable navy and coast guard to patrol these contested waters day and night. For ordinary people, the impact is immediate. Filipino fishermen face constant harassment, often blocked from their traditional fishing grounds like Scarborough Shoal, which have sustained their communities for generations. Water cannons, aggressive maneuvers, and relentless intimidation have become routine, turning the sea into a zone of daily tension and danger. The Philippines struggles to access its own resources, fish, oil, and gas, within its legal economic zone, losing billions in potential revenue and threatening food security. At its core, this is a clash of worldviews: China's vision of historical empire and destiny versus the modern framework of international law and cooperation. The 9-dash line has no legal basis under UNCLOS, the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, yet China enforces it with might, ignoring international rulings. For the Philippines, this is about more than territory. It's about upholding a system of rules meant to protect the rights and sovereignty of all nations, big or small. The conflict is not just about rocks and reefs, or even the resources beneath them. It's about whether the future of the region, and perhaps the world, will be ruled by law or by force. Each confrontation at sea is a stark reminder of the vast power imbalance and the risks faced by those who challenge it. The world is watching closely as governments, diplomats, and ordinary citizens wait to see which vision for the South China Sea will ultimately prevail. The stakes are nothing less than the future of the region, the security of its people, and the rules that will shape global order for generations to come. The new Philippine map is a masterstroke of legal defiance, a bold statement that echoes far beyond its borders. It's not just a piece of paper, it's a symbol of national resolve and a calculated move in a high-stakes geopolitical chess game. This map asserts the Philippines' rights, not by claiming new territory, but by clearly charting the 200 nautical mile exclusive economic zone, as defined under UNCLOS, the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea. It's a precise, internationally recognized boundary that leaves little room for ambiguity. The West Philippine Sea is now official. Its name, boundaries, and legal standing are clear, recognized, and enshrined in both national and international discourse. With this map, the Philippines shifts the debate from murky historical narratives to the solid ground of international law, directly challenging China's sweeping and often vague claims with precise, legally defensible boundaries. It's more than paper, it's a declaration of sovereignty, a public assertion that the Philippines will defend its maritime entitlements. The map will be used in government offices, taught in schools to educate the next generation, and formally submitted to the United Nations, ensuring the world knows exactly where the Philippines stands. By institutionalizing the Philippine position, the map makes the West Philippine Sea a tangible reality for citizens, and a clear point of reference for the international community. The authority for this map comes from a treaty China itself signed, UNCLOS, binding all parties to the same legal framework. By defining its entitlement so clearly, the Philippines forces China to justify its sweeping claims under the same international law, putting the burden of proof squarely on Beijing. The map exposes the weakness of the 9-dash line. No coordinates, no legal explanation, just a vague assertion that cannot stand up to legal scrutiny. This is a turning point, a proactive step that aims to shape international understanding and rally support for the rule of law in the region. Now, when maritime incidents occur, the world can see exactly where they happen, deep within the legally defined West Philippine Sea, not in some disputed gray zone. It's a brilliant strategic move in a long and complex struggle, signaling that the Philippines is ready to defend its rights on every front, legal, diplomatic, and public. The battlefield has shifted from the open sea to the halls of international law, where arguments and evidence now carry the day. The Philippines has drawn a line the world can see, clear, legal, and impossible to ignore. The Philippines' new map stands on the solid ground of UNCLOS, the Constitution for the Oceans. Both the Philippines and China signed this treaty, which defines the 200 nautical mile exclusive economic zone. In 2013, the Philippines took China to court, challenging the 9-dash line. China refused to participate, but the tribunal ruled in 2016 China's claims had no legal basis. The ruling was final and binding, a victory for law over force. Yet China ignored it, continuing its aggressive actions. Now, the Philippines is embedding this legal win into its national identity and geography. The new map translates legal victory into a powerful visual tool. It's a living statement: the Philippines' rights are here to stay. Beijing's response was swift and furious. China denounced the new map as illegal and provocative, warning of serious consequences. State media accused the Philippines of being a pawn of foreign powers. Economic threats loomed: trade restrictions, investment freezes, and tourism bans. More worrying was the prospect of military escalation, increased Coast Guard patrols, fishing bans, and blockades. Any miscalculation at sea could spiral into conflict, drawing in other nations. China's actions test its global reputation. Does it respect international law or only its own interests? Backing down would look weak at home, so escalation is likely. The region grows more dangerous with every move. China's refusal to accept the tribunal ruling damages its standing and fuels distrust. The Philippines' bold step forces China to choose law or might. The world is watching China's next move. The stakes have never been higher. The South China Sea is about more than water and rocks. Beneath the waves lie vast reserves of oil and gas, crucial for the Philippines' energy security. China's claims lock the Philippines out of its own future. The sea is also a vital trade route. 1/3 of global shipping passes through these waters. Whoever controls the sea can disrupt global trade. This is why the world cares. Freedom of navigation is at risk. For the Philippines, it's a fight for sovereignty, dignity, and survival. The new map is a pushback against bullying, a statement of national identity. The entire Indo-Pacific's peace and stability hang in the balance. The dispute is a test between a rules-based order and a world where might makes right. If China prevails, it sets a dangerous precedent. The outcome will shape the region's future. The stakes could not be higher. The new map has reignited national unity across the Philippines. The West Philippine Sea is now a rallying cry, uniting Filipinos from north to south. Social media buzzes with pride. The map is a digital flag. The Department of Education will teach the map in schools. ensuring a new generation knows their rights. The map turns distant disputes into personal stories. Fishermen's struggles are now the nation's struggle. Artists, musicians, and civil society celebrate the sea and those who depend on it. The map transforms a legal issue into a matter of identity and patriotism. This surge of pride gives the government a strong mandate to stand firm. Any compromise would face fierce public opposition. The map arms Filipinos with knowledge and a sense of ownership. It turns millions into guardians of sovereignty. This is power beyond warships, a united people defending what's theirs. The map is now part of the Filipino soul. Amid the geopolitical drama, an ecological crisis unfolds. The South China Sea is a marine treasure, but conflict is destroying it. China's island building has devastated coral reefs, scraping ancient ecosystems bare. Sediment clouds from dredging smother reefs and seagrass, killing marine life. Fish populations plummet, threatening food security for millions. Desperate fishermen turn to destructive practices like dynamite fishing. Massive Chinese fleets strip the sea of life, pushing it toward collapse. Protecting the ocean is part of the struggle. Sea health is national health. The new map asserts not just rights, but responsibility to protect these waters. The fight for sovereignty is also a fight for environmental survival. The world is losing a natural treasure, not just a legal battle. The Philippines stands as a steward for the sea's future. The stakes are ecological as well as political. The Philippines' move is a global test law versus might. The West Philippine Sea standoff is about more than borders. It's about the future of the world order. Will international law protect the weak, or will power rule? The US, Japan, Australia, and Europe back the Philippines, stressing freedom of navigation and peaceful resolution. For smaller nations, the Philippines' struggle is their own. If law fails here, what hope do they have? The outcome will send a message: law can shield the weak, or might makes right. The fate of the rules-based order may be decided in these waters. The new map is a symbol of courage, a nation standing on principle. The world is not just watching, but invested in the outcome. The Philippines has drawn its line. Now the world must choose where it stands.